And just like that, this is another episode. You're currently in perspective, and this is going to be probably my favorite episode of In Perspective. I've been hyping this up, at least for myself, for a while. We've got Devin here. We're going to talk about Michael the Stapler and the amount of energy, and that is a very loud truck. That's beautiful. Anyway, we got Michael, we got Devin, who helped me do Michael Stapler. No, me, Devin, and, well, Donovan's not here because he's too busy doing schoolwork.
Yeah, for Balos.
Yeah, Mr. Balos. Mr. Balos actually listens to this somehow.
Oh, hi, Balos.
Let me turn the gain down. But yeah, he actually listens to this. The amount of distractions that are going to happen during this podcast is unreal. Anyway.
It'll be fine. I'll quiet them.
Okay. So, Devin, how's it going?
Good. It's been good.
That's great.
We're working on another movie right now.
We are. What? I don't even think... Oh my gosh, the amount of spikes in the audio.
Do we even have a name for it?
We don't. We really don't.
We were thinking about naming it 6 Minutes.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
So he has 6 minutes to decide his options.
Is that how long the video is going to be?
No, because the 6 minutes to decide.
Oh.
And then you have all the other extra stuff.
Oh.
To make it good.
Well.
But yeah. And we want to work on a scary movie. That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. We have a couple ideas since Devin lives in the ghetto and he lives right next to...
In the ghetto. I live right next to railroad tracks.
Yeah.
Not the ghetto.
Well, they're scary. But we have an idea for something like that. And, well, before we talk about Michael the Stapler, let's talk about this other film. Because, to be quite frank, I still don't exactly understand the plot of it. Like, I understand that we're having a dumb president and having an NSA member kind of direct him towards the bunker. Hey, you explain it, Devin, because you're the one who freaking wrote it.
All right, I have the script right here, and I can basically summarize it for you. Hang on. So basically, the entire film is about the NSA is the National Security Advisor of the United States. So he's appointed by the president. So in like an emergency situation with foreign affairs, like if in this situation North Korea proves their ability to strike the U.S. with nuclear missiles. So the NSA's job is to inform the president on these issues, and the president has a little bit of time to decide on what he wants to do. So he could nuke them. He could choose like diplomatic reasons. He could like maybe test their nukes and just try to show off too. But really, this whole film is just explaining in a funny manner how it all works, and it kind of doesn't go too deep, but it there's some actual information there, and it was so much fun to weave it in there through all the laughy and funny parts.
Laughy.
It's a word.
Laffy Taffy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but that's what the film's going to be about. But this scary movie, though, I'm really excited. We have no plot for it.
We have no plot, but we have ideas. Do those ideas make sense on paper? Probably not, but...
It'll be fun. We should get someone who knows makeup and stuff, like a makeup artist. We should have that would be so much
Your
fun.
mom. That sounds like an insult. Your mom.
I mean...
She did that stuff for Halloween, which I think was pretty dope. Yeah. But...
All right, Michael the Stapler.
Michael the Stapler, where we are all intrigued on learning about where the heck did it start. Michael the Stapler, well, here, I'll give the little backstory. Michael the Stapler started as like a character development project for Miss Kirk's class. For anyone, well, no one's going to know who Miss Kirk is, but she was a teacher at the school we went to. And she gave us this project. What class was it? Do you even remember?
Gosh.
Academic enhancement?
No, it wasn't academic enhancement. I think we were in... I want to say we were in not... Was it Algebra 2?
It wasn't Algebra. It wasn't even math class. It was literally either academic enhancement. Yeah, it was academic enhancement because it was one of those classes. Remember you did that whole CSI project or that whole... what was it? The whole Black Room project? That never came to be, and that was like something she said if you have something to focus on it, and mine would be like writing and whatnot. Yeah,
so basically though, you did this. So you wanted to make the film, and I'm pretty sure you wanted to be Michael at first, and it was really funny, you wanted me to hold the camera, and I was excited to hold the camera, and then one day you're like, Devin, can you beat Michael? I'm kind of self-conscious about myself, and that's how I became Michael, and you became the cameraman.
Well, I remember Michael the Stapler because everyone had to create a character. like a superhero or something. And I created mine off of Michael from The Office. And it kind of took off, and Miss Kirk, I can't remember if I jokingly said we should make a film out of this. And then Miss Kirk, like, kind of, like...
Took it seriously.
Yeah, she took it seriously, and then I took it seriously. Like, I went and made, like, a whole entire backstory, a whole entire script, a whole entire storyboard, which, by the way, I kind of wish I could find those, because I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
I think Miss Kirk might have them, but... Yeah, we took that to heart, and then we started casting. Oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about with it.
So that was probably the most frustrating part, because I wasn't even fully involved in the film yet when you were casting. I was the cameraman, I think so, and you were looking for people, and I was trying to suggest people to you, and you're like, no, I don't think they'll be able to focus, and like this and that. And we were trying to look for a trench coat and this and that. We were just looking for props and stuff, and looking for a room that we could all like film in. And then finally, I think Tyler, I thought there's a lot to talk about. There's so many places to start.
Yeah, literally, I'm overwhelmed. Like, we could talk about the one kid that gave us the trench coat, and then we just like told him he'd be in the movie, and then.
Yeah, I don't remember telling him. I think we thought he'd be in the movie, and then when we realized that Donovan was going to be in the movie, we were like, hey, can we just borrow your trench coat? And we never ended up using it, if you remember.
Yeah, I know.
Because his trench coat was it looked, what's the color, khakis? What's that color? Tan or beige?
Yeah, like a darkish greenish, or like a light green. Yeah.
It was like a beige trench coat. And we ended up using a suit, not even a trench coat, if I remember.
I don't even know why we used a suit or a trench coat.
And like a top hat, and it was so funny.
To me, that whole outfit's so iconic, even though it's really not. But like in our school and within the people who know the film, that's like an iconic figure now. Is the man and
the man.
Yeah, but
and I'm just Michael.
Yeah, you're just Michael, and then I'm over here just trying to freaking collect you and Donovan, because you two were. If you haven't seen it, by the way, for the podcast listeners, the bloopers are on YouTube. That's just a little brief taste of what I had to deal with when it came to trying to film that.
But Tyler had this whole vision of what he wanted it to look like. And while he likes to say we made it purposefully cringy, we didn't. We tried our best, and when we watch it back now, it's just like, wow.
We purposely made it. No, we say it. We made it purposely cringy, but at the end of the day, we weren't aiming for that.
We were trying to make it not exactly scary, but like
not
even like just like a comedy type thing. Like
it was like a mix between comedy and like a thriller almost, rather than just like purely.
I feel like the comedy part was when like Donovan would just like knock on when I go check the door, and my facial expressions.
Yeah, your facial expressions were
so bad.
Yeah, they were.
And I was trying too hard, and then Donovan was just this straight-faced tall guy who was just like. Yes, I am the Stapler Man, and I'm here to make you the Stapler Man.
Now beg for mercy.
Now beg for mercy. And I'm like, just sitting there trying my best, and it's so funny to watch.
Yeah, and also one thing I criticize myself on, this is like a smaller thing, I could have made that stapler so much more, because if you look at it, like sometimes it's red, sometimes it like kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, the colors
but
weird.
I think the issue was my hands always get really red.
Because you're always nervous. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I think it has something to do with my Raynaud's disease or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called, but something to do with my blood. I don't know. But my hands were so red that it was hard to... So he made it all black and white, and then he made the red stapler stand out in one color. What's that called? Monochromatic?
I think so. There's like a certain word when you make one color stand out, but I don't know what it's called.
I think it's monochromatic, like one
I think that's
color.
just black and white, but...
Probably. I'm probably wrong. But, yeah. But for Michael the Stapler, it was a hassle. It took us longer. I feel like that took really long.
I can't remember. I can't like pinpoint exactly when we started. I think it was in February, and it only took us like 2 weeks, which ain't that long. But the amount, it took
us longer than.
I remember I didn't get sick. No, I got sick, and I was like, I really want to work on this. And then it took us like a good 1 to 2 weeks before we actually started filming, because we had to figure everything out, like props and stuff. And all the teachers were like, if you're gonna do this, you got to do it right. You got to get the props. You got to get everything ready.
And it took us forever to find a room. Like I'm pretty sure you were the one who wanted to do it in the library.
Oh, yeah. And
I wanted to do it in Mr. McPherson's room because I liked the window. And I was like, we can have it raining, we can have this, we can have that. Perfect hallway. It's a desk. It's a clear, empty room that's not used. And you're like, no, I think we should do it in the library. Like, he's like...
Yeah, the only reason I wanted the library is because I knew no one really goes in there. But then I figured out, well...
It was like SOLs or something.
Yeah, and then Logan.
That disrupted our schedule.
No, I think it was Logan had to clean it all out or something because of all the books and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was reorganizing it, and he didn't get done till
And we
like
didn't want to bother him though.
he didn't even get done before like the whole COVID thing started. So if we waited on him, we would have never gotten it done.
Yeah.
And then we ended up in what, Miss Allen? No, not Miss Allen. Who's that?
We ended up in Mr. McPherson's room, the R&R room.
No, we didn't. It was the room next to it. The one where
I thought it was Mr. McPherson's room.
No, Mr. McPherson's room's like that big room, the one next to it.
Oh yeah, the one next. Gosh, I don't remember.
I remember Miss Allen.
Who was the teacher that always sat in there? I don't remember.
I know Miss Allen's in there now, I think.
But yeah, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think it took us a long time though. I think this film, because we're on a more tight schedule, we're kind of, because we need to be done with it by the 9th or 10th, preferably, because he goes to Tennessee. And
oh, you're talking about the new one?
yeah, the new film. But Michael the Stapler, we didn't really have that kind of time frame crunch thing.
Yeah,
until Miss Kirk was like, "Hey, you guys have been working on this for a while. Where's the progress at?"
Oh, and we had to explain to her we were genuinely...
Yeah, we were genuinely actually filming.
And then when we finished the film, we showed it to people. Then we decided to take an extra step, I can't even speak. Take an extra step further and create DVDs, create that movie poster, which, by the way, is hanging in my hallway.
I haven't hung it up yet. It's somewhere up there.
I see it. It's just sitting there collecting dust.
No, not that one.
Oh.
This one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, I say after this podcast, we hang it up.
So my house is old. It has like.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
It's like cinder, or it's like cement in the walls or something. I don't know how it works. Old house.
The heck was that?
Just continue talking.
Here, let me just create a little interlude. Oh, while Devin knocks everything, and he knocks the poster over. Great job.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, so yeah, Michael the Stapler. It was great.
He just barged into my house, put the microphone down, and said, "Devin, we're doing the podcast."
No, you told me I could do the podcast, and then.
All right, so Michael the Stapler. The hardest part about that film, by far, was when I was Michael, and I had to try, when Donovan was hitting me with that stapler, not even gonna lie, you weren't even filming, and he hit me really hard upside the head.
Oh, I got some of that on bloopers, yeah.
And I said, "Ow!" And Tyler, you were just like, "Devin, can you do that again?" I didn't think you guys would actually do it again, and I was really good. I was like, "That's because it actually hurt." And Donovan was just standing there with the stapler like, "I can do it again." And I just look at him like, "What the heck, man? He full on hit me with that stapler like that."
And then
hurt.
in the actual film, we just took one of the scenes where he barely tapped you, and you're like, "Ow, man, what was that for?" And it was so remember that? And then I added like a sound effect, so it sounded so.
I've never been able to watch. I can watch the bloopers because the bloopers are funny.
Yeah, I actually watched it the other day.
I like watching the bloopers.
We don't actually we love the bloopers of our film. We just don't care about the actual film itself. But
No, it's too cringy to watch.
I don't think it's cringy. I feel like I honestly think this next film we're gonna create, it's not gonna be cringy, since I've improved.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be difficult to
get all the new people on board
and the location, because it's gonna be hard to portray a bunker, even though we're using Donovan's basement.
Yeah, it won't be too hard though. And then we have to do a second one, not to worry you or anything. We have to do the China one.
Oh Lord, Mr. Bayless is he's gonna have to find someone else to do this, because I ain't getting paid for this. I have Walmart. I
thought you said you wanted to film.
I do, but I want to film things that genuinely are my passion. Which Mr. Bayless's class is not my passion. I'm just throwing that out there. His class.
Here, I'll let you do. I'll let you have freedom on the China film. I'll let you.
It would just be me making an animation of China getting nuked by us.
Animation. That could be fun.
That would take forever.
Animation does take a while, though.
By then, you're going to be out of school.
By the time we finish even like a 5-minute animation, I would be out of school, yeah.
Yeah,
it's not even worth it.
You'd be long gone. I say after this, we work on the horror film. I honestly don't think we should, like, this is going to sound like it's such a diss, but I don't think we should include Donovan. Because if we do...
no, well, I think we should include...
Yeah, but then that's one, like, I feel like it should just be me, you, and maybe one other person. If even
I think if we want to make a serious film, we need more than 3 people.
Yeah, but
we're gonna like Michael the Stapler. I feel like if we had involved more people, the focus would have been taken off of us, me and Donovan. Like if we had if in the middle of the man like in the room, it was like someone just walks in and be like, Michael, are you okay? And he just like disappears in like a shadow or like a puff of smoke, like a cringy puff of smoke. It would have just been like, oh, who's that? And then you just add new people in, and it's like, Michael, are you okay? What's with the security on you? And he's like, yeah, I hit myself in the head with the stapler again.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, literally, the first thing that just popped into my head right now, you know Seth Rogen?
I mean, I know
He's
who
literally
he
in the
is,
Sausage Party movie you have. Anyway, do you know
Yeah.
James Franco?
Yeah.
Dude from Spider-Man 3. You know, I don't know if you know about the interview, how they're together in that movie. You know Pineapple Express?
No, never seen that movie.
Okay, well, there's multiple movies where it's just them two, and they're like a good friend duo. You and Donovan are quite literally Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah, but not as good. Nowhere near.
Yeah, nowhere near as good. We're just going to throw that one out there.
We just need practice. Practice makes perfect.
Practice on your acting. No, you need practice on your emotions. You show no You're like, well, not really you.
Hi.
Yeah, you're like, hi, I'm
Paul.
Devin. No, I think Donovan, his acting's not great. Am I allowed to say that on a podcast? People are going to think I'm a jerk, but
I
whatever.
feel like you're releasing a lot of names out there, Tyler.
I mean, we're going to name them Thing 1, Thing 2, and then we're going to lose track on who Thing 2 is and just be like, oh, yeah, I mean Donovan.
Fleetus. Only a couple people know who that is.
Yeah, but we already know who Donovan is. No one else is going to... What are they going to do? Show up to his house and be like, you suck at acting? I listened to...
Imagine.
I listened to your In
All right,
Perspective
here's
podcast.
his address. You ready? Write this down.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Oh, I don't think my microphone was recording that. You want to say that again?
Sucks. Too bad. I forgot it.
Okay.
All right, what do we talk about now?
Here, let me pull up my phone. Interlude. Make some background noises for me, Devin. Let me pull it up. Okay.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. Obstacles oh my gosh, my questions on here literally
obstacles.
start off with the backstory on how Michael the Stapler became an idea. School project becomes into script. Script turns into full-on storyboard, and storyboard turns into filming. Or what about this question? Or this idea of a question. The excruciating process of getting everyone together during class just to get the film going.
I think the hardest part of that film was getting teachers to allow us, like, when we would walk through the halls with the entire camera head set up. Like, you remember how long it took us to get everything? We had to get the cart from Miss Ritchie. We had to get the camera set up. We had to get, like, the clothes from, who was it, Miss Legio? She let us borrow the suit and the top, like, the hat. Like, it just took for a while for us to get set up. And then when we finally got the filming, we were like, we're actually doing this now.
Yeah. And it was so stressful because... Oh my gosh, the amount of noises I'm creating. Oh, okay. I thought my recording stopped. The amount of times where I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming because I had to set up my microphone so we get the best sound quality out of your voices. And the amount of times I was like, okay, what's next? I was literally just looking at the storyboard the whole time and trying to figure out, like, okay, this is next. And then you're over here popping out new ideas. And it got, not overwhelming, but it got kind of... stressful. Very stressful. Yeah. Especially with Donovan. Oh, there was one day...
It was so hard for that kid to learn his lines.
Oh, that one line where he's like, you are the chosen stapler man.
It was like 2 sentences, and he's like,
And you think he can do this film?
No, he'll be fine. I trust him.
You sure?
I put my faith in Donovan, because I know...
Like you did on Monday when he didn't show up?
I think that us two did terrible Michael the Stapler, and we saw what we did terrible. And I think we're going to try our best to do better in this film. And while Donovan may not be here right now, even though he's supposed to be...
Coward.
Yeah.
Gonna
I
listen to
think
the
he'll
podcast.
try. I think he'll try his best, because not only am I going to be there, but his friends are going to be there. So I think he's going to want to try to show off. No.
Him showing off in acting is not going to go very well.
I know, but I feel like he's going to try more.
He's going to try more, but he's going to embarrass himself. He's going to be like... I forgot my line.
I'm kind of happy that I don't know the new people that we're working with, because it's hard to...
Work with people you know?
It is, because it's easier to get distracted.
And at the same time, that could be a bad thing, because then you won't be yourself. You know what I mean? You won't be as creative. You'll be more, not nervous, but more...
Exactly. I won't be myself, because I'm going to try to be this dumb president.
So basically you on an everyday basis.
Wow.
This is the first time I can actually roast one of my people on In Perspective, and I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah.
Just for the record, y'all, we do this all the time. So it's not like I'm putting them down and making them sad and making them go on slash or friggin' a subreddit that's for sad people. I'm not doing all that to them.
You want to hear one of the new lines I added?
Sure.
All right. Wait, are we... Okay. So, last night, I've been working on this for a while. Hang on. This is very weird. I've never done something like that.
That's some ASMR noise right there. You flipping through those papers. It's beautiful.
So, like, where is it? Very little options. We just kind of left this hanging.
You can find it.
Oh, yeah. So, Mr. President, we have very little options that we know to be available. Our country's future depends on your final decision. Give it straight to me, Mr. NASA. Actually, he interrupts him. How realistic are diplomatic solutions with Korea? And the NSA covers his mouth and laughs. So I wanted to make a joke. Because so far with this project, Mr. Bayless, and if you are watching this, Mr. Bayless, there's no way that we can peacefully make an agreement with North Korea. That country, I'm telling you, I tried. Did I do something funny? I was serious. Why are you laughing? And he says, oh, wait, you were serious. Yeah, no, that Trump guy already tried on Twitter, and we are still having this issue. North Korea is like the emo, antisocial child in the corner. There's no negotiating with them. And then I would say, yeah, he kind of just hung us out here to dry. So if that won't work, then I have no idea on what to do. Anything we try ends terribly. Then he makes another joke about Japan. He says, if all being allies would just start a big war, and I'd like to be out of Austria before that happens. So yeah, I'll just move to that Japan place we nuked that one time. Actually, sir, we nuked them twice. And I don't know.
Good luck on trying to remember all of these for
I have a good memory.
You do, but does Donovan? We keep name dropping him so hard. We keep putting everything on him.
I'm trying not to, because I feel like it's you want to be professional. But
yeah,
then again,
but this is my podcast. We can diss on our own cast members a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, if he was here, we'd still be doing that to him.
Yeah, probably. Well, actually, where is he? He was supposed to be here by 12:30, and it's 1 o'clock.
1:04.
He's late.
He's always late.
I'm gonna fire him.
You're just gonna call
I told
him
Donovan, I was like, hey man, if you...
Here, call him up for the podcast. Call him up.
I feel like the feedback on the podcast is gonna be crazy.
Literally no. I've gotten in total for the 3 podcasts I've done. The first one got 300 views. The second one got 100 some, and the second one's at 90, I think. I don't know why these are all getting so many views. So maybe we'll get some sort of feedback on the lack of work from Donovan. Who knows? Is he answering?
Nope.
Watch, he's gonna say something very provocative over the phone. And be like, yo, listen, we're on the podcast.
So, anything else about Michael the Stapler? There's a lot to talk about, but there's not really any specifics.
There's a lot to talk about. It would just take...
we could just, Symposium, for example.
Oh, I was wanting to bring that up, how it got
So
destroyed.
our school has this thing called Symposium, where we show our projects off at the end of the year. And it basically shows how our alternative school isn't just some school where the kids who are expelled go to. It's also a school where...
Well, they go in the afternoon.
Yeah.
we have to.
But it just shows that we're not distracted heathens.
Well, I can't say that for myself.
No, wait. Don't quote me on that. But Symposium, we were supposed to show our movie in this big presentation, like this podcast. We were supposed to sit down and talk about it, remember?
Oh, I would have loved to do that.
They were going to have us sit down and talk about it, like the interview thing. They were
They wanted to do kind of like a Jimmy Kimmel sort of thing, where it's like a late night show.
And we were so excited. We were so pumped up.
Oh, and remember that idea where we would have had Donovan come through the doors as the man and just walk up and be like, sorry, I'm late.
Sorry, I'm late.
That would have been freaking great.
But it got canceled because of COVID. And now the entire school has missed seeing our movie, which I can't say I was excited for that part because I would have plugged my ears the entire time.
I was so excited because I just wanted to... I was more excited for the people's reaction rather than the actual filming.
Yeah.
Or the presentation of it. It's okay. But yeah, I was really excited. It would have been... I told the teachers this. I felt really bad because, the whole symposium at that point, not to sound cocky, I think we can all agree, it was more focused around us. Which sounds so cocky.
I feel like Symposium It was it's fun when I feel like the most fun part isn't like the big presentations. It's like when you have a bunch of people coming around the table and stopping to look at your projects, like stopping to look at and be like, "Hey, what's this?" 'Cause it's so much fun explaining to people like, "Hey, this is what this is, how this is what I did with it, and like this and that." Like it was so much fun showing everyone the drone camera inside my shark. Like Symposium is so much fun.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
I think that day would have been great for all of us, like a little ego boost, or not ego boost, but make us feel like we accomplished
good,
something
like
big. Yeah. I don't like saying ego boost. That sounds cocky, but like
I think we wanted to do a second Michael the Stapler. I think it was my idea. I was like,
I feel like then that's just a freaking cash money grabber at that point, just trying to like profit as much reputation as we can off of these films. Be like, oh, we made one film? Oh no,
Now
we can do another one.
We're making a second one. Then we probably not a second one, but we're making like a second film. Then we probably have to do the China one if you want, and then we can do the horror film. Or we can.
I say we do the horror film first, because that China film, who's really gonna be interested in watching that other than Mr. Balos?
It's a project for Mr. Balos.
But Mr. Balos.
But this is going to be funny. Like
that's gonna be funny. But is there really any need for a second one? Like, why create something?
It's left on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's left on a cliffhanger that doesn't need to be explored more. This isn't like if we came up with an idea for a short film, this isn't what we would have came up with. A horror film that can leave more.
I feel like that's not going to be a short film. That horror film is going to be a short film. To be honest,
like a longer film,
like longer, like maybe like not an hour or two, but
maybe like 30 minutes,
45 minutes, like a film.
That'd be freaking great to have as a portfolio thing.
It would be great to work on. Yeah. Oh my gosh! In my scrapbook portfolio for Rummel, I think I should have the movie covers in there. Like have printed out of all the movies that we did. Speaking of which, we still need to do a cover. We should do
of that one.
It would be fun.
It'd be fun, but we gotta get the costumes. You don't even have a tuxedo or a suit.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I think Michael the Stapler was a one and done sort of thing. I don't think we're gonna top that. Even, like in quality, maybe. But
yeah, in quality, I think we're definitely going to end up topping it eventually. If we continue to work on films together and we continue this little group that we have, I feel like eventually it'll.
I love creating films, but I just kind of noticed there's so many other ways we can do this more efficiently. You know what I mean? Like, like on Monday with Donovan.
I feel like if we weren't in school, we'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
A lot.
Actually, I feel like in school it'd be easier because we wouldn't be as distracted. You know what I mean? Like, in school we got Michael the Stapler done, like, relatively quickly, somewhat quickly for what we did. But here, like, this should be somewhat easy. But since we got
the script done in how many days?
Like, almost a week.
It didn't take us a week. It took, he gave the project to us did he give it to us last? He might have given it to us last Monday. And then it took me a couple days to figure out what I wanted to do for the project in general. And then when I picked out the script, I was thinking about it, and then Donovan was like, yeah, we could work with Tyler. And then...
Imagine if I just said no. You guys would be screwed.
We would be screwed, to be honest. None of this would be possible without Tyler here.
#respect.
So after this podcast, we're probably going to end up working on the film that has no name.
Well, here's the thing. What do we even have... Like, well, we'll talk about this more after the podcast, so it's not quite as boring. But like, what do we really have more to work on? Like, we got the script done. Like, we don't.
It's just the boring stuff. We need to get the boring stuff out of the way. Like, if we never get the boring stuff done, we're not going to get any of it done. Unfortunately, that's the harsh reality.
Oh, like creating the actual script, like
creating the personal script for each person. Yeah, that's the boring part.
It actually doesn't take too long as you got the word or the.
But I think for the. Yeah, I think we should talk about this more after the podcast because I feel like this is going to get off track and boring.
Yeah.
So...
Let's talk one more thing about Michael the Stapler.
Yeah. Michael the... So, let's think. So, Michael the Stapler, what was the hardest part for filming it, though, for you?
For me...
For, like, just in general. What was the hardest part in general, actually?
For me, personally, it was to get you two to actually... Because I got annoyed so much when you guys wouldn't do a line. But, like, for me personally, like, technically, I think it was more or less... Because I just got the camera like 2 months before we did that filming, so that was all new to me. Now since I got like a full-on gimbal and I know my camera a lot better, I think just me learning how to use a camera was difficult. But I think for what we did, it was decent for the most part. Mm-hmm. But I think for the acting, could have been better.
I'm excited for, it was. I think the acting could have been better. I honestly thought the editing, that was the fun part because me and Tyler used to sit in Miss Ritchie's room, and we were working on the cover, even though it was done. And it wasn't done, actually. We actually worked on it a little bit. But when we would get distracted, we'd just hop on GTA on his computer. And that was...
Your mom hears that. She's not going to be... Oh,
I played GTA.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
What do you mean?
But yeah, no, I think... All in all, that was a good project. I do wish it wasn't canceled by COVID, but...
I think a train's about to pass by. That won't be good for your poor microphone.
You think so?
The tracks might be broken again. It happens.
Okay. Well, I think we can end it here. We've been on for 30 minutes. That's a lengthy podcast. But with that being said, I don't know why I got so energetic there. It's hot in here. With that being said, anything you would like to say? That 30 minutes went by so quickly.
No, I mean, this was fun.
Oh, Devin's single. Someone had to throw that out there.
I'd be willing to do it again if you want, anytime. This is fun. It's just me talking, and I'm good at it, to be honest.
Yeah, we know. All
right, chill there.
A little diss there, but no. Well, yeah. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of In Perspective. I had an outro on the second episode, but I can't remember it, and I didn't really look it up. But yeah, with that. Oh, is that the train I hear?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, we're gonna end this so you guys don't get hurt by your ears or whatever.
Or we could. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, well, we'll see you guys later. Well, I'll see you guys later in the next podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe next time we can get Donovan on it, but he's probably not even gonna talk most of it. But anyway,
he's probably not gonna show up today, and I'm gonna yell at him.
Yeah, that's Donovan for you. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that's definitely... that train's going by slowly. Oh, he's calling Donovan. Anyway, I'm going to end this podcast here. Thank you guys for tuning in Perspective. I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
That was so cringy.
Nah.